Hi, my name is Stella Njolwa. Today is the 13th of August 2023 and I want to share with you this precognition. I went into the future and I found myself in a European country and I was hovering over a European city. Now, I was more on the outskirts, like on the outside of the city, quite far away, and I saw an explosion happen in the center of the city. Now, as I saw this explosion, the plumes or the fumes, the explosion was spreading through the building. It was like a circle and it was spreading all over the buildings. It was a huge explosion because the circle grew and basically was going outwards. Now, I was trying to figure out what happened because I was watching all this and I thought to myself, all right, let me see, did the explosion happen on the ground? Like, what's going on? What caused this explosion? So I decided to reverse time and slow down the time. This way it doesn't move so quickly. And so when I did that, I reversed time and slowed it down and I watched carefully what happened. And as I watched, I saw a bomber plane, aircraft drop, basically move across the city, but it's in full speed. But then because I slowed down the time, because I wanted to see what was happening, it was like slow over the city, drop the bomb happens, it's already gone. So a bomber plane is gonna drop a bomb on a European city. Now, this was between the times of 2 a.m. and 5:36 a.m. and it was dark. So it was in the AMs that this happened. I did get a sense of exactly around which side of Europe it was, but I'm not going to share that with you now. Then in that instant, I was in not an aircraft, it's not a vehicle, it's not a car. I don't know what words to use, like human words to describe this, but it's like an energy ball, but you're inside and it moves and it's a transportation type of system thingy. But I was in there with about four interdimensional beings. The fifth one came later on. But I was with them as we were going through that city, assessing the damage and just looking around the city that was affected by this bomb that was dropped. And these interdimensional beings were also looking around, but they were waiting for me to ask the question because I think they've been waiting for me to ask this question. So I turned to them and asked them, what day is it? Because as we were going around the buildings, it became morning time. So if you remember, I said the bombing happened between 2 a.m. and 5:30 a.m. And so the exploration of the area, all that, the time basically passed and it was the same day, but when it was light. And so I asked them, what's the date today? And they were quite happy I asked that because I've been working the whole year with them on the numbers and the dates and all that. So anyway, they gave me the date, the 19th. So it's going to happen on the 19th. And they were quite happy I actually got that. Gosh. Anyway. So it's going to happen on the 19th. And then I decided to ask them what month it was. And they were like, are you sure you're ready to get the month and all that? But I'll explain that in a whole different other video, why they reacted in that way. But they tried to give me the month, but that was a little bit difficult. So the information that they tried to convey, it turns out in human language or human understanding as October. I think it's October because I repeated it and they tried again to say the same information and I still got October. So put that in brackets. Definitely the 19th, the date of the 19th, but in brackets in October. Now that would make sense with the early hours in the morning being 2 a.m., 5:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. It was dark, so it's not like summer, because you know in the summer during the early hours of the morning it's quite light. This wasn't that. It was actually dark. So brackets, let's leave that as in October. So we continue exploring the city, the damages and all that, and I saw a building. It was a church. It had dark brown bricks. It had domes as roofs, and the roof dome was green. And I was really looking at that building. So I will repeat that again. It was a church. It had domes as roof, like domes as in like the curve, and the roof was green, like metal green or just green type of roofs. That was distinct. And as I was looking at that, then the fifth being was explaining to say that's where they'll put the bodies of the victims and all that. So anyway, the important information that I wanted to share with you is that a European city is going to be air bombed. It's going to be air bombed between the hours of 2 a.m. and 5:30, 6 a.m. The bomb is going to spread. It's not a small bomb. It's not like a bomb or explosion that is isolated. It's a big bomb, and it's going to be spreading like the circle spreads. It becomes bigger. That's how I can say it. And it's like smoke, dark smoke, as it's spreading all around, basically. So that's what I wanted to share with you. And the date, the 19th, in brackets, October. And this dome, because I know around Europe there are many buildings that have domes with green thingy, but this specific church had dark brown bricks. Dark brown bricks. So that's what I wanted to share with you. My name is Stella Njolwa. Today is the 13th of August 2023.